Hi everyone, this is Anne, and I recently did my very first Get Ready With Me video where I sped up my whole makeup routine to show you, and several of you asked if I would slow it down and show a step-by-step of what I do and what I use. So this is going to be a video slowed down of my step-by-step for my everyday eye makeup. And later I'll be doing my everyday face makeup. So I thought it'd be easier if I broke them up into different areas, one being my face and one being my eye area. So I hope you enjoy watching how I do my everyday eye makeup. I start with my Anastasia eyebrow pencil in blonde, and I don't use very much of this. I just fill in the areas that I want slightly fuller. And then I conceal my under eye area, and I like to use the Tarte Creaseless Concealer, and this is just in medium, the regular medium. They do have other shades of medium, but this one is strictly medium. And I just take a little bit of it and I dab it right into this center line area. And then I take my mini beauty blender and a setting spray, and I just spray the beauty blender with the setting spray and then dab it in. And I always use the dabbing motion. I never wipe or swipe at the concealer. I just dab it in to keep it in place and not wipe it off. Next, I use a Paint Pot by MAC, and this is Soft Ochre. And I just use my fingers, and I get a little bit on my finger, and I apply it all the way from my lid all the way up to my eyebrow. And again, I just pat this in with my finger. And that just gives a nice base to my eyes and brightens the eye area a little bit. And just make sure you blend it really well. And I always dab it, not wiping it. And then I take my L'Oreal Infallible in Amber Rush, and I just use my fingers again, and I just take a little bit and I place it directly on my lid, and I do not bring this up above the crease. I just keep it on the lid below the crease or up to the crease, but never above it. And I just blend that in with my finger. Next, I line my eyes, and I like the L'Oreal eyeliner pencil, and this is in teal, and I find that this helps to brighten up my blue eyes. And they have several colors, and they are pretty pigmented, so they give a lot of color and you don't have to use very much product, which I love. And I just push this, dot it right into my lash line. On my lower and my upper lids. And it doesn't have to be perfect because I do go in and blend it. but you want to keep it as close to your lash line as possible. And then I just take a little smudging tool and smudge that into my lash line. And if you mess up, I always keep Q-tips nearby and just clean up the area if I go out of my line and make it messier. Then I add my mascara, and I love the L'Oreal False Fiber Lash Mascara in black. And I just add this to my upper lash line. It's hard for me not to make faces when I apply mascara. And then if I have gotten any on my eyelid, I just kind of dab it off. And then I get a little bit more and do the other eye. And then I use my Smashbox Yellow Halo Powder and my mini beauty blender, and I use the pointed tip. Just get a little bit of the product on your beauty blender, and I apply this right to the same area that I had applied my under eye concealer. And I did do a previous video on applying this, and I will put the link to that video in the description box below in case you want to take a look at that. And I will also put the link to my video that I did on applying concealer under the eyes to mature eyes in the description box below as well. And I also add just a little bit to my outer area of my eye to help brighten that. And this does help conceal some of the darkness that you might have around your eyes and just brightens up the eye area nicely. And then after I have that on, I take a Q-tip and I very gently wipe underneath my eye area, not where I put my concealer in the inner area, but from about here in the outer corner to about midway, right where my pupil is. And I just gently wipe away any makeup that may have transferred there or fallen there. And then I take a moisturizer, and it can be any eye cream or any face moisturizer that you like. This is actually the Palmer's Coconut Oil Body Cream. And I just get a little bit and I dab it on my under eye area. And this will help when I smile, and I do have lines around my eyes, and when I smile it will help so that it's not quite so wrinkly. And be careful not to bring it below your bone, onto your cheek. You don't want it onto your cheek. You just want it kind of right in your eye socket area. And just dab that in, let it sit for just a few seconds or a minute, and then I take my beauty blender again and I just dab right along my bone, just to blend my makeup that I have on my face into the moisturizer, so that there's not a line of moisturizer and then a line of makeup. So I just dab it in very gently, and that's it. And my final step around my eyes is I take my Hourglass Ambient Light in Diffuse Light powder, and then I take my Real Techniques little blending powder brush, and this is a slightly yellow powder. I get a little bit on my brush and I just dab it over my eyebrows to set those. And this also kind of blurs your skin to give it a nice airbrush look. I take a tiny bit and add it just where I had put the Halo Yellow powder and my under eye concealer. And then I know this is technically not my eye area, but I also finish off my face with this powder, and I go right around my nose and right on the corners of my mouth. And then you can just set your makeup with a setting spray and you're done. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will be doing another video where I go through everything that I use and how I apply my face makeup, which would be foundation, concealer, highlighter, blush, and contour. So that'll be coming up before too long. Thank you for watching. If you guys have any ideas of videos that you would like me to do, please list them below. I would love to hear your suggestions. Thank you so much for watching.